Welcome back to the EJ Sports Podcast. It's your host, Ian, my boy Jay here.
Hey,
And today we're going to be talking about the WWE review. Now, we're going to be talking about, and this is something that, it's so big, this event, so close to WrestleMania, so close to Elimination Chamber, more specifically, and more recently in a way. We're going to be talking about the tribute to AJ Styles on Monday Night Raw. Now, this Monday Night Raw was emotional. It was funny in a way, but also it was, you could almost say, you could view the bigger picture for what's going to happen on Monday Night Raw. We have a lot of things to talk about. First of all, the men's Elimination Chamber match qualifier. Of course, there's the idea of AJ Styles' retirement. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the sort of, I want to say, funny segment. The funny segment of Javon Evans and Xavier Woods with Offset. Should celebrity still be a part of WWE and that whole concept? Who Liv Morgan picked? Because Liv Morgan made her decision on this Raw, or who she's gonna go against. The women's qualifier match, and even though I don't really want to talk about it, Maxine Dupree versus Natalia, we may talk about it, may not. Honestly, for me, this feud is dead. I have nothing to talk about it. Becky Lynch, she made her little promo. Don't care. CM Punk put Finn Balor and Roman Reigns on notice. So that's something we need to talk about. And of course, the AJ Styles speech, retirement in his hometown. Jay, I'm introducing you. There's such a thing that you coming in here. I have one question for you. Is the Vision officially dead?
100%. Get rid of the Vision already. We don't need him. We don't need Logan Paul and what's the other dude? Oh, Austin Theory. Because the original Bronze, they were they're gone, but they were the key of the Vision. And here's another thing. Those two were way better without Seth Rollins.
I wouldn't say way better. And this is the thing. This is the thing. And again, like I said, guys, me and Jay are still kind of sick, but we'll continue. This is the thing. Me looking back, the iteration of Seth Rollins of the original Vision was perfect, but bad at the same time. Because him in character, great for what they were trying to go for. But also, as a wrestler, you could tell that he was limited to a couple moves. He wasn't as exciting. But now, because we're going into this whole entire spiel about the Vision, because during the qualifier match, Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso versus El Original Grande Americano. Bronson Reed, halfway through the match, tears his bicep and is out injured. And it is confirmed, or at least rumored by WrestleVotes, that he was supposed to win the match against Jey Uso and Grande Americano. So with no Bronson Reed, him injured, Jey Uso goes out and wins it. Jey Uso joins the chamber, but no Bronson Reed, no Braun Breaker, no Seth Rollins. What do you do? Jay, this is my question to you. What do you do now with this Vision, which is Austin Theory and Logan Paul? Because in my opinion, I see one option. I see one path. But I want to know what you think.
The only path for me, well, there's two. Number one, split quietly. Or number two, add Brock Lesnar as the main dude.
I agree. I agree that those are two good options. But Jay, I want to bring it back to you. Now I want you to think about this, man. What if the WrestleMania match for the two remaining Vision is to go against the Usos at WrestleMania?
That was a good one. Not bad.
Because if you really think about it, sorry, if you really think about it, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, they've been kind of a thorn on the Vision side. But also, you could actually make it in a storyline where Logan and Austin Theory go out, face against the Usos at WrestleMania. Make that part one of the Vision. And when Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come back, you can continue it if you want to keep the Vision. Or, like you said, bring Brock Lesnar into this. But I feel like Brock Lesnar isn't the person because. And I feel like Brock Lesnar isn't the person because you kind of want someone who's there day in and day out. Brock Lesnar's not going to do that. So for me, that's the only option. Um, any more comments on Bronson Reed's injury or even though Jey Uso winning, even though that wasn't the original pick according to WrestleVotes?
Well, the chamber is gonna be so kind of lame,
Not really.
but it's gonna be good at the same time because the fans are gonna be yeeting all the time.
I think it's a good mesh of the now, the past, and the future. Because you have, if you really think about it, you have Cody, you have Jay, who are the now. You have Randy, who's the future, who's the past. You have Javon Evans, Trick Williams, who's the future. LA Knight also being in the Elimination Chamber, great. He's great. He'll be a great asset. He could be possibly winning. I feel like that's a good mesh. Like, it'd be cool, and again, this is me wanting the fantasy book. Take away Jey Uso, put in Obafemi. That would have been a cool little, you know, past or future, sort of thing. But that is it. Jey Uso wins. We're all going to be eating, in the elimination chamber. Watch when he enters the match. He'll probably be the first one and he'll run it back. Going to the second thing. And this will be a quick segment. Do you still have confidence in Javon Evans being the future? Because there was a sort of segment with Offset, this sort of thing, and we even talk about celebrities. The sort of segment with Offset, and it caused a match between Javon Evans and Kofi Kingston. Caused a match between Javon Evans and Kofi Kingston. Um, are they just treading water with Javon Evans? They were just like, we want to promote the song. Like, what does this do? Like, what do you think? Does this help Javon Evans, or do you think this sort of like puts him in like mid card or upper mid card purgatory, feuding with El Gran Americano, now feuding with Kofi, or sort of having this sort of segment with Kofi, rather than possibly having bigger matches for him to be look strong in Elimination Chamber? What do you think?
He's gonna be a mid card dude. Give him like 2 or 3 years, and probably he'll be a upper card guy facing the goats. Because with this, who the heck is Offset? Never heard of him. That's gonna maybe downgrade a little bit his career. That's why I said mid card for now. But you don't know. Anything could change at the end of maybe at the end of the year he could be maybe a world champion. You don't know.
Horrible segment. I didn't care much about the match. Javon is great. Kofi, you're great, but having sort of Offset be the focal point, horrible. Don't care.
TKO product.
100%. It's
With
just to promote the song. This segment is just to promote the song. That's all it is.
lame.
So we're gonna go to the next segment. Sort of turmoil This is before Liv Morgan made her decision. Turmoil in the Judgment Day. I think they're finally going to start with this sort of Judgment Day implosion, where Finn Balor doesn't longer want to be with Dominic Mysterio. He's sort of being the outcast of this sort of thing. In my opinion, this should result in the disbandment of the Judgment Day in the match between Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor. What do you think of this? Interesting, not interesting? In my opinion, they're squandering Dominic Mysterio, Raquel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan, and still being the Judgment Day. What do you think about this?
This should have been done a long time ago. What a waste of time for Finn Balor being in this group. He was just a second leader. I think the leader was, for me, Dominic Mysterio, not Finn Balor at the end.
He should be the leader, but they're still picking Finn as leader.
And Finn Balor should face Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania and beat him for the Intercontinental Championship. And
if he doesn't win the belt, if he doesn't win the belt against CM Punk, he has to face Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania, or make it like a 6-man, 8-man ladder match where Dominic Mysterio is about to win it. Finn jumps it and pushes him off and wins the belt. That could start the disbandment of the Judgment Day. That could be the catalyst.
Or easily just get rid of the Judgment Day and just leave them go all on their separate terms. Because I feel like the Judgment Day is already old. It's already the past. They should rebrand the whole entire group. If it's gonna be Dominic, Raquel, and Liv together, make them call something else.
Well, it probably won't be just Dominic, Raquel, and Liv. You're forgetting Roxanne Perez. Roxy, she's out injured. So Roxy's out injured. So she's still part of the Judgment Day, in my opinion. Disband it, where possibly it could just be them four, and letting Finn and JD do their thing.
No, it's just a span. It's just the Judgment Day is already dead.
I see it. 100%. Their highest point was the rivalry between Liv, Dominic, and Rhea Ripley. In my opinion, that was the Judgment Day at their most biggest, or when Dominic Mysterio won the title, the Intercontinental title. That was the biggest, because they're putting Dominic Mysterio on religious pieces and Liv Morgan on religious pieces in Italy. They're doing all their things. So in my opinion, that was their biggest point. We're going to skip Natty Neidhart and Maxine Dupree.
No one cares.
In my opinion, I agree. No one cares. Nothing got pops on that sort of tiny middle match.
2 bots.
Yeah, as much as I want to defend this, Natty Neidhart needs to be aggressive and needs to be called Natty Neidhart.
Or retire.
Natty. No, don't retire. She still has a lot to give. Maxine Dupree is still young.
Go back to NXT.
No, she shouldn't go back to NXT. See, this is the thing where Jay, we're gonna do a little discussion here, bro. You're just saying things. Because I know you don't agree with it. Because clearly Maxine Dupree has the potential to be
She
something.
could be a good manager.
No. This is the thing. I don't understand. No, no, I know you don't agree. And we're going to give respect to the former Intercontinental Champion, Maxine Dupree, here.
Oh, yeah, because she defeated Becky, right?
Yeah, she defeated Becky. And it's not just me saying it. ESPN said it. The Bleacher Report said it. The whole world's saying it.
Okay, that's the only thing I will give respect for, beating Becky.
Maxine Dupree defeated Becky, and Becky needed to do horrible tactics in order to win. And we're going to be talking about this because Santi Zap exposed that she's a liar. because she said that she was the first female wrestler to ever be on a WWE video game cover. And during his live stream, Santi Zap exposed that on the GameCube video game, Trish Stratus was the cover athlete. So guess what? We now prove that she's a liar.
Becky, what a liar. That's why I don't support you.
And we prove that she just spouts her mouth. She spouts her mouth so much that she doesn't even understand what she's saying. And because of that, she's not the best in the world. I'll give that to Charlotte. Charlotte is the best of
Charlotte
all
was
time.
always the best
Oh, of course she
wrestler
was.
from the four horsemen women.
In my opinion, she had the all around before Bailey had the audience, and Becky was just a third wheel.
No, she
In
was a
NXT.
fourth wheel.
Oh no, in NXT. You're right. She was the fourth wheel because Miss Sasha Banks, Mercedes Monet, she was better.
Oh, she's.
But
I think she's better than Bailey. There's a. No, she's not better than Charlotte.
You give Bailey the ultimate pushes that were given to Sasha, now Mercedes Monet, and Charlotte, she would be great. And speaking about that, Becky, you don't even lace the boots of any of these wrestlers.
The main reason why you got this popularity is just because you got Nia Jax hit you in the face.
100%. If Nia Jax didn't hit you in the face and cause that image, you would probably be wrestling in the indies.
100%. You will not be main eventing WrestleMania.
If you did not get hit in the face and didn't marry Seth Rollins, you'd be out in the indies, or you would be in the mid card of TNA or even GCW or MLW. Like you wouldn't be in the WWE, but because of that image and you ran with the image of you getting hit in the face, Nia Jackson. I blame you, Nia Jax. I blame you. But we're gonna skip to this next section. Dragon Lee and Gunther.
Waste of time.
This feud is still happening. Are they gonna stretch this to WrestleMania? Because Elimination Chamber is this Saturday, and I feel like you have to have a Gunther in sort of. You gotta have Gunther in at WrestleMania. Will it be Dragon Lee versus Gunther Extreme Rules?
Maybe, but if it is, I feel bad for Gunther. He retired 3 legends. Going from retiring 3 legends to facing Dragon Lee. That, no offense, he's a good wrestler, but in WWE, they haven't pushed him as we thought when he was getting the push in AAA, even in AEW.
Well, that's because I think that Triple H just hates luchadors.
What's the point of signing them if he hates them?
Well, the only luchador he's ever pushed is Penta at this moment.
And where is he now?
Honestly, like upper mid card. Well, he's facing against Dominic Mysterio next week for the Intercontinental Championship.
And then afterwards,
This is a thing where I will always give the props to AEW. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your career path is. It doesn't matter what your wrestling style is. If you're good at wrestling and you could do the things that people can do, they will push you and they will put you a part of the company. Dragon Lee is very talented. In my opinion, he should beat Gunther.
he's going to get squashed by Gunther.
Oh, he probably will. But if you want him to really be the next guy, because this should be the only reason why he should be even feuding. This should be the only reason why he should be feuding with Gunther if they want to push Dragon Lee. If he's gonna lose, make it where he's tough. Make it where he's like actually battle it out. Because you can't tell me he'll have the worst match where Pat McAfee lasted pretty long against Gunther. If you know what I'm saying. So this feud could have legs. If they want to push the WrestleMania, it could be an Extreme Rules, Last Man Standing. This could be a good match. Next segment, and this segment is pretty huge because we're heading towards the end. The final three segments, in my opinion, that are actually worth it. Um, we didn't even talk about Cody being in this Raw, talking about division, but who cares? We'll go past that. Brock Lesnar walking out with Paul Heyman, the advocate Paul Heyman, not the visionary, not the guy, and claiming Brock Lesnar is doing an open challenge to face against a random person at WrestleMania.
It's gonna be Oba Femi. Called it 100%.
I was gonna say we could do a video about it, who we should think should be. We'll still do that, but um, early suggestions: Obafemi. There are rumors that's LA Knight.
Lame.
Do you think this is a good thing, or this is my opinion here? This was just made because of low ticket sales.
It's well, Brock Lesnar was already in the cover of WrestleMania since last year. That means, well, if it's ticket sales, it's gonna be LA Knight. If they want to push a wrestler, it's gonna be Oba Femi. But I think it's gonna be more for ticket sales. LA Knight is gonna be the guy, but for me, I want Oba. Wait, hold up a second. There's a mystery box.
Could the mystery box be a thing, or is it something different?
It's the thing.
You think
The
the
mystery box.
is part of this sort of thing?
Yes, that means Brock Lesnar will face.
Whoever comes out of the mystery box?
Yes, and it's gonna be Chris Jericho, and he's gonna. Remember, there was a controversy part at the end of the match when it was Brock Lesnar against Randy in 2016.
Yeah. And they had that sort of little
A
feud.
little fight.
Yeah.
That means they could like put that in the storyline. Chris Jericho against Brock Lesnar is gonna be the one of the matches at WrestleMania. Called it 100%. Hopefully,
Uh you all I'm hearing is like prime Vince McMahon WWE and talking about like the golden egg. But if it is Chris Jericho versus um Brock Lesnar, wow.
money
That
and ticket sales.
that will be the money ticket sales. Or Obafemi Brock Lesnar.
Not a lot of ticket sales.
But hear me out. LA Knight Chris Jericho.
Ticket sales, money. TKO will be seeing a lot of green.
Or this is just a dumb suggestion. You know what? We'll save the rest of our suggestions for the when we make that video, which will come up in the future very soon. Last two segments. Your girl, your favorite female wrestler, Raquel Rodriguez, defeats Io Sky and Kyrie Sane to punch her ticket into the Elimination Chambers match.
She's gonna win the chamber phase. Who's the champ?
Jade Cargo.
Oh man, it's been 100 and something days, and I completely forgot that she was the champion.
She only defended it once.
What a waste of a champion. She
All-
could have done a lot. Actually, not her. Creative would have done a lot of good things with her, but they just wasted the title and wasted her career just not doing nothing with the title.
Let me ask you something. This is something that a question I'm gonna ask you. Do you think it was do you think it was creative that didn't trust her, or do you think or didn't want to book her, or do you think it's the idea that creative thinks she's not that good of a wrestler and it was a way to protect her? Because I heard people saying like, "Oh, it was a good match against Jordan Grace." I think Jordan Grace carried. And while we're talking about this, if Raquel wins, It'll be Judgment Day women, Raquel Rodriguez against Jade Cargo, and Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer, because Liv Morgan made her decision. Attacks Stephanie Vaquer while she has the both champions in front of her. Hits Stephanie Vaquer with the microphone. In my opinion, this was the easiest match to make. It was the sort of best situation because with the confirmation that Bianca Belair is out, she just had her surgery. In my opinion, there are three options. And the three options are the best options. There's no other thing else. There's no other option. Both Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargo would be great because they're both powerhouses. They're both agile. They both work to carry Jade Cargo in the match. Or, storyline wise, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargo. She gets her lift back. What do you think is the best option to face against Jade Cargo, taking your bias away from Raquel Rodriguez? Unless that's your pick.
1v1, Raquel against Jay. Get the title away from Jay. Yes, she has her limitations,
A lot of limitations.
but only one title defense. Horrendous.
Horrible.
Get the title out of her and take her back to NXT. That's so she could rebuild her way of wrestling, and hopefully keep her for 1 year over there in NXT, and then bring her back.
Bro, I don't even think NXT is at her level. I think she's like Evolve or LFW, like LFG, because like I don't think I don't see it. I see the potential, but I don't see it in ring. But last segment, AJ Styles officially retired. He puts down the gloves and the jacket in the middle of the ring, has an emotional speech in front of the family, in front of his hometown in Atlanta, Georgia. You saw TNA guys congratulating him, WWE guys, both past and present, future. Like Abyss, seeing Abyss, pretty cool. Um, yeah, no, emotional AJ retiring, but the dead man walks out. The American Badass walks out to announce AJ Styles officially is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Great moment, great for me. This Raw was the best Raw, and it was because of everything else except the wrestling. Because you started your crappy wrestling matches, 99 Hard versus Daxine Dupree. In my opinion, I wasn't really interested with Kofi and Javon Evans. The elimination matches were good until sadly the injury of Bronson Reed. This was great because it sort of gave us the best part of AJ Styles, what he was, what he does, but also shows off that right now SmackDown is the best product. Jay, last comments about AJ Styles retiring and going into the Hall.
Okay, going to the Hall of Fame, perfect. He deserves it.
Let's go.
For me, he should have not retired. He should have went to TNA. Get some import, like get the TNA championship,
Or sort of like last matches out in the
or
Indies.
wrestle some folks over there, and then go to New Japan, wrestle some folks there. Wrestle AEW, wrestle some folks right there, at least 1 or 2 matches,
Against Kenny or against
and
MJF.
then retire afterwards. But that's not going to happen. Well,
At least according to him, he said, "I'm a man of my words.
but we
I will
don't
do it."
know if it's only WWE men of his words and then go out and wrestle in other companies.
Could be, but the way he said it was like he's officially done, or at least until WrestleMania season. Because
But
after
if
WrestleMania,
he's
he might wrestle somewhere else.
but if he's done, all right, congratulations. If he's done with WWE, cool. if he's going to the Indies,
Come San Jose.
do it now before you officially, if you are not officially retired from the Indies, do it now before you completely retire from the Indies if you actually go.
But we said this in the last sort of we said this in the last sort of thing before that in TNA there's nobody except Leon Slater, and they already had that match. All the best wrestlers that he could wrestle are in basically in AEW, like Kenny, MJF, Fletcher, Mox, like all these wrestlers. Yeah, but if he does retire, this is officially him done. Congratulations, AJ, one of the best wrestlers. Watching you live was insane. I'll say that much. Watching you live was a pleasure. Salute to you. All right, guys, this is the end of our episode. It's a longer episode because we're recouping a lot of stuff. One of our last episodes before Elimination Chamber will be us reviewing a little bit of SmackDown, but also giving our predictions of who will win in Elimination Chamber. Thank you guys so much. Love, love, love. Bye, bye, bye. And like, comment,